And these guys are special guys, man, and I just want to be out there competing with them. But I'm going to do everything I can in the game, the sideline, and the locker room and everything else to make sure that we get a win.
To say Russell Wilson has been on the receiving end of NFL jokes and trolls in 2022 would be the understatement of the century. Since being traded to the Denver Broncos for players and a haul of draft capital, Russell Wilson's stock has plummeted to that of cryptocurrency exchange FTX. And while the former Seahawks QB brings on many of these attacks onto himself with his manufactured image, I think sometimes a lot of people go too far. Look, I'm not saying Russ doesn't deserve all the negative press that has come his way over the last few months, but he hasn't really done anything to help his situation. He's played like dog shit all season, had a pretty awkward green screen promo cut, a cringy Subway commercial, terrible sound bites in interviews, and just a whole bunch of other things that haven't really endeared Broncos Nation to their new QB. All these things have led Russ to become the laughingstock of the league, to the point where you have players trolling him with their celebrations or taking pot shots at the QB on social media. But this recent pic of Russell Wilson has the internet going crazy as it shows the Broncos QB in a different light. The pic of Russ was taken while he was sitting down playing blackjack at the Blackhawk Casino just an hour outside of Denver. And while there's nothing wrong for a player to kick back and relax and get away from the game, in Russ's case, he wasn't dressing for this week's game against the Arizona Cardinals, so no harm, no foul. Wilson took a huge hit in the game against the Chiefs and left the game with a concussion. And while he passed concussion protocol, it seems like Denver's coaching staff didn't want to risk further damage to their QB since their season is essentially over. The Broncos are eliminated from the playoffs, and it makes sense to not rush Wilson back until he's fully recovered. It's been a terrible campaign for the Denver QB, and he wasn't too pleased with the organization's decision to not have him dress against Arizona. Anyways, hours after being told he was going to sit out this weekend, Russ was spotted at a local casino looking a little depressed, judging by the photo. And honestly, it just seems like anything Russell Wilson does in 2022 is just going to get criticized by everyone. You'll see the QB every week tweet out Bible verses on Twitter or post pictures of himself at the Children's Hospital, and the media will say everything he does is so fake. And now this recent pic of him playing blackjack, people are trolling him on the internet because he just looks all out of sorts a couple days before his team's next game. However, I'm sure there are some who are going to find this a little bit more refreshing with Wilson coming out of character and just being himself in the pic. That said, the QB will probably see action next against the LA Rams in Week 16.